belly fat, weight gain, spare tire around the waist? I feel you, girlfriend. The struggle with perimenopause weight gain is real. And no matter what you do, the pounds just seem to hang on. And it's not in your head. There are actually scientific reasons why this happens. And once you understand them, it's time for you to fight back. In today's video, I'm sharing the secrets to perimenopausal weight gain explained and why you can't lose the weight. These are things that I wish I knew sooner and what I actually teach my clients to help them ditch the extra weight for good. If you're new here, hey, my name's Ashanti. I help women over 40 feel amazing in their bodies. And if you want to know how to drop the hormonal weight gain over 40, then grab my Fatloss over 40 guidebook. I've linked it in the description below. Now, before we dive into what are the secrets of weight gain in perimenopause, let's just recap on what is perimenopause. It's the transitional phase leading up to menopause where a woman's body goes through significant hormonal changes. It can start in your mid-30s to 40s and can last for several years until menopause is reached. Now, if you want a detailed refresher, I recommend you watching my video here to get you started. Okay, so back to dishing on perimenopause weight gain. Now, weight gain in perimenopause is very common and it's also very complicated. There are so many factors at play that include hormones, aging, lifestyle factors, and genetics. Current research shows that one of the biggest factors affecting perimenopausal weight gain is actually chronic inflammation. Now, that might sound a little bit heavy, so let me explain. Inflammation actually refers to your body's ability to fight against foreign bodies like infections, toxins, injuries in an attempt to heal itself. Now, it's a natural and necessary response by the body. And for many of us, we're more familiar with acute inflammation when you might have a bruise, a sore throat, sore muscles. Your body develops an immune response to deal with this threat and it heals over time. Chronic inflammation, on the other hand, is less in your face. Rather, it is an immune response that affects your body gradually over time. It is a low-grade form of inflammation that keeps chipping away at your health. Some of the more common causes of chronic inflammation include highly processed or industrialized foods, food sensitivities or intolerances such as gluten and dairy, exposure to environmental toxins. Now, these are either things we put on our body, in our body, or in the environment. Things such as alcohol, caffeine, pesticides, insecticides, body products, mold, smoke, pollution, excess visceral fat. Now, this is the fat that is in and around our organs. It's not the fat that sits underneath our skin that we can pinch. It's actually hidden and it serves as a protective function, but too much of it can cause an inflammatory response in our body. High levels of stress for long periods of time, and autoimmune diseases such as Hashimoto's disease. Now, these trigger an immune response in our systems and our cells and promote imbalances in our hormones and our brain chemistry. It in turn overloads the detoxification process and systems like our skin, liver, gut, depletes our energy, damages your microbiome, and has the ability to change gene expression, which can turn on disease-causing genes. What you eat and how you live have the biggest impact on your health, your levels of inflammation, and how well you age. Once you start eating to reduce inflammation in your body just functions better, and so does your digestion. You feel lighter and tighter overall, and getting that slimmer, trimmer body is within reach. Yay. Now, if you want more details, check out my Fatloss over 40 guidebook. I've linked it below. It goes through all of this. Now, let's move on to another reason why women gain weight in perimenopause, and this one might actually surprise you. Now, we touched a little bit on gut health and how chronic inflammation affects it. Well, let's introduce your gut's lesser known cousin, known as the estroblome, a collection of bugs that dedicate themselves to processing and eliminating estrogen from the body. It helps to protect against estrogen dominance, which is a common condition where your estrogen levels are quite high in relation to progesterone. It is particularly common in perimenopause as we have less ovulatory cycles where we actually release an egg during our periods. And when we don't release an egg, we don't actually produce progesterone. The act of releasing the egg is what increases the progesterone in our cycle. So this lack of egg release promotes more estrogen in the second half of your cycle, where you should be having more progesterone and hence the estrogen dominant, meaning that we have more estrogen than we need. Now, excess estrogen can only be eliminated from the body through excretion, so bowel movements. And if you're not having at least 1 to 2 bowel movements a day, this means that you're recirculating estrogen in your body and adding to the amount of estrogen, hence estrogen dominance. If the estroblome is in poor shape, your ability to detox estrogen will be compromised. This is why it's essential to support your gut health to heal your hormones. Now, the next reason why you can gain weight in perimenopause is due to a slower metabolism due to declining estrogen, but also the effects of aging. Now, metabolism refers to a series of chemical reactions that occur in a living organism to sustain life. And it's basically how your body uses food for energy. Trouble is you may not take this into consideration and keep eating the same amount of foods despite a slowing metabolism. And this action over time can result in weight gain. Also, as you get older, you lose muscle mass at the rate of about 0.7% per year in your 30s and 40s. Declining muscle mass, a slower metabolism, and no changes to your diet or trying to build or preserve your muscle, this contributes to the weight gain over time. Now, what many people don't understand is that metabolism is controlled by your hormones. And there are a few notable hormones that do this, in particular insulin, cortisol, ghrelin, thyroid hormones, estrogen, testosterone, and growth hormones. So your ability to lose weight is a function of these hormones, not just calories in versus calories out. Now, this is why it's important to focus on a food and lifestyle approach to combating weight gain over 40. Simple shifts in what you eat, how much and how often will determine inflammation in your body, improve hormonal health, and address any metabolic issues and muscle loss due to aging. You can't just simply do what you've always done to maintain your weight. I have outlined what to do in my Fat Loss Over 40 guidebook. I've linked it below. Now, the next reason why you gain weight during perimenopause is actually due to the changes in fat distribution as a result of declining estrogen. Estrogen helps to maintain a female fat distribution, which is primarily on the hips and thighs. However, as estrogen decreases, there's a change in this distribution and it centers more around the abdomen. And together with decreasing muscle mass, which we've already explained, this shift in distribution can contribute to like a heavier looking appearance. This is honestly when shit starts getting real with my clients. They just feel a heaviness in their body. They feel like they can't do up their pants the way they used to. There's just this accumulation of fat that never used to be there. And they can't shift the weight doing what they used to do. And it can be the biggest wake-up call that something's not working and they need to get help. Now, another reason why you gain weight during perimenopause is due to insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone that helps control the amount of glucose or sugar in the blood. When we eat, our body releases insulin from our pancreas. Now, in healthy people, when the pancreas detects that there's too much insulin in the blood, it shifts it to our liver and muscles and other cells to absorb it and convert it into energy. However, with insulin resistance, the body cells don't respond normally to insulin, so glucose can't enter the cells easily and insulin builds up in the blood. A diet of highly processed foods, high carbohydrate foods, and saturated fats have been linked to insulin resistance. Your body processes highly processed and high carbohydrate foods very quickly, which spikes your blood sugar and increases your insulin quite dramatically. This puts extra pressure on the pancreas to release more insulin, which over time can lead to insulin resistance. This resistance can impact other hormones involved in weight regulation, such as leptin and ghrelin, leading to an increased appetite and increased weight, particularly around the midsection. The best way to combat insulin resistance is through targeted food and lifestyle choices. This will not only help your waistline, but your health overall. And that's why I created the Fat Loss Over 40 Guidebook to kickstart your fat loss journey over 40. I've linked it in the description below. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe. Till then, check out these videos and I will see you in the next one. Bye.